space to work through the betrayal.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I found something out. And then on top of that, actually, let's not talk about the betrayal. Let's just talk about I want it to be different.
Yeah. I mean, the audacity, right?
There's something in me that's not being fulfilled between us.
Yeah.
It's making me want to look elsewhere. Let's talk about that. I feel like I want to bring that to you and talk about it.
Sometimes you can hear things, and maybe you can hear things that your partner is saying that aren't. Hey guys, welcome to the therapy floor.
I'm Dr. Ritz.
And I'm Dr. Vicky. How you doing, Ritz?
I'm in a somber mood today, I think.
Yeah.
But I like that we've got quite a lot of colour today between us.
Yeah. As in like clothes.
Yeah.
Colourful clothes, even if we're not bringing the colourful vibes today.
Yeah, maybe that might be it. It's compensating.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm very tired. I think I was tired the last time as well. I feel like I've been perpetually tired for the last 6 weeks, but I'm coming out of it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to a holiday soon.
And you said you had a really good day yesterday.
I did have such a good day yesterday.
Yeah.
I had fun.
And sometimes it's quite normal to also feel tired when you've had a good day.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily when things are busy and stressful. Even when you have a good time, you're like,
that's true.
I feel tired, but in a
good
content
way. Yeah. I feel content.
Yeah.
Although
I love that for you.
Thanks.
You deserve it.
Thanks. All right, should we crack on with our dilemma for today?
Let's go. Part 1, here we go.
Part 1. So I'm reading it out, and this comes from a woman in her 40s, and she says, I recently discovered that my husband has been having an affair. I confronted him about this betrayal. He admitted to the infidelity, but then shocked me further by expressing a desire for an open marriage. I'm devastated by his betrayal and struggling to process the hurt and anger I feel. The idea of opening our marriage really isn't something that I want to do, but I do want to salvage our marriage. I love him. We've been together since our late teens, and I don't want to be with anyone else but him. I know he loves me too. I don't know if this is just a phase we need to get through together.
That's a double whammy.
Double whammy.
Double whammy.
Double.
Oh, she's dealing with two things. I really feel for her.
Yeah, right? It is two things.
Yeah.
There is the betrayal.
That's what I was saying. It's like a double whammy. It's like, whoa, I've been hit with the shock of the betrayal.
Yeah.
And it's not even like that. There's not even, it sounds like as you were reading that, there's not even space to work through the betrayal.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I found something out. And then on top of that, actually, let's not talk about the betrayal. Let's just talk about I want it to be different.
Yeah. I mean, the audacity, right?
Yeah.
The audacity to first...
Quite cheeky.
The audacity to first of all, hurt someone and then say, actually, I want to continue along this vein. Is that all right?
That's what I'm saying. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like she's not getting a chance to process the betrayal and the cheating. She's just going straight into, we'll keep this marriage, but let's bring someone else into it.
Yeah.
And it sounds like she didn't sign up for it.
This is the thing. This is what I was going to say. Not only are you dealing with the breaking of the contract, but now you're dealing with someone wanting to change the terms of the contract. That's not something you signed up for. You didn't sign up to be betrayed, and you didn't sign up for the terms and conditions to change.
Yeah. Well, I think you can sign up for the terms and conditions to change if it's a collaborative process where maybe, let's say, before he decided to go and cheat, maybe if he had come to, and I'm not excusing it or saying that this is right or wrong in any way, but if I'm thinking about a couple and collaboration and openness, not of the marriage, but openness of communication, to come to her and say, there's something in me that's not being fulfilled between us.
Yeah.
It's making me want to look elsewhere. Let's talk about that. I feel like I want to bring that to you and talk about it rather than just go and fulfilling it elsewhere. Then being found out and then being like, yeah, I'm not. So let's open our marriage up. She doesn't really have a say in any of this, does she?
Well, no.
From what she's saying right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, hopefully we're going to change that.
Yeah. But I guess she does have a say because she can say yes or no. But it sounds like she's wanting to... I don't even know if it's a case of that she thinks that she can work through it, but she says, I think this is just a phase. Maybe I don't know if this is just a phase that we need to get through together. So on some level, there is some hope that things
it will
will
just
go
be
back to
him and her.
Yeah.
So do you think she's saying it from the perspective of, do I need to ride this out with him, let it be open?
It sounds like it.
Like, support him through that if that's what he needs to experiment, and then find his way back to me?
I think so. I think that's what she's getting at. That's my interpretation of it.
I'd want to know then, how do you feel about that? How does that leave you, if that's where you think, that's what you think you need to do in order for the marriage to be sustained? How does that leave you feeling?
Is that really fair?
Yeah. Is it, it doesn't, well, I was going to say, is it what you want, but actually it doesn't sound like it's what she wants. But I want to know how it leaves you feeling.
Yeah.
Because I think you would then need an out, if that's what you do decide to do, I then think you need an outlet to process those feelings. And I don't think your husband can be that outlet for you.
No. I think it sounds like you need some space to really think about this and to not feel pressured to move to a decision either way.
Yeah.
Because this is something that he's been sitting with, I guess, for a while. I mean, I presume that he's been dealing with the emotions of, you know, him looking elsewhere and being unfaithful. And he's been sitting with that for a while. But he's also been sitting with his desire to have the relationship open. And this is all new to you.
Yeah.
So I would take some time to really, really think about it and to sit with it. Yeah. I mean, I would, my first, inclination is to think, where are you in this? Like you were saying, what does she want? And yeah, your willingness to kind of stick with it and work through it, I understand, because like you say that you have had such a strong attachment. You've been together, and I guess you've been together since teens, and I think through that both of you will have changed and evolved in so many different ways. So you've really been stuck with him through the evolution of each other's lives and the marriage. But I'd want to question your eagerness to quickly kind of just say, I just want to stick with it. I love him and I don't want to be with anyone else. Let's kind of work through it. I'd be curious about the quickness of that jump.
I think that symbolises shock and panic. You know? Like, imagine the world as she knows it is crumbling underneath her, and she's probably
wanting to hold
on.
Yeah.
Like, even though he's caused you this pain, he's your life raft. And you're wanting to hold on to that because it's familiar, even though what he's offering you is not. He's like, yes, stay with me, but what I'm offering you is not familiar.
Yeah.
And so there must be so much confusion there from you. This person that was your safe place, your safe space, is now just so jumbled and rocky.
Yeah. So different.
So what I would be saying to her is, I also think we're dealing with two people and also two issues here that don't necessarily need to be conflated but need to be understood. So I think there's her and her issues and dilemma, which is, I'm confused, I'm betrayed, I'm hurt, I'm shocked. There's that part of this person that she loves that's done this to her. And then I think there's the other part, which is what he is going through. And not in the sense where, I'm not in the sense where this is like a pity party for him, but also, for example, understanding where he is in his life. You know, she's in her did you say 40s? 40s. And I wonder if he's of a similar age. And if he is in that 40 to 50 kind of lifespan, you know, the midlife transition that men go through during that time, so the reason I'm trying to separate it is because I don't then want her to make that her issue. I'm not good enough for him. And therefore he's going and seeking it elsewhere. He could be going through this midlife transition where actually, you know, he's probably going through quite a self-reflective process. And in psychology, you know, we look at it from the sense of the fantasies that a man or, you know, a young man might have had in his youth really start to become dismantled during this time, and reality really starts to sink in. And they have to work through that. It can be difficult, it can be a really testing time, but it is a period of growth and self-reflection. I wonder if that's what's going on for him. It's obviously is becoming her problem to an extent now. But I do think those two need to be separated out. And I actually think, like, if you are thinking, you know, I want to stay with him, I want to make it work, and so that might be a way to support him and support the marriage in making it work, then my advice there would be, I think you need to go and see a couples therapist.
Yeah.
To have that be held for both of you in a safe space where someone is able to say, I see you and I see your hurt, and I see him and I see his behaviour, because let's call it a behaviour. That's how we often look at cheating, don't we? It's like a symptom. It's a behaviour of something else that's deeper that's going on. And I can see that. And then let the psychologist or the therapist be the one to reflect that back to you both.
Yeah.
So you can find a way of how do you move forward with it.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. A really good idea. I think this will be quite tricky to work through together, and for it to be really equitable, like a really informed decision from both parties, because you're both so involved in it. You know, there's such intense emotions. I also think that if this is something that he is going through, well, clearly it is something that he's going through, that's not something that she also needs to help him through that, actually. And that can be something that he can explore, or maybe he doesn't want to explore. Maybe this is just who he is, actually, and maybe there was a bit of a mask going on for a couple of years, who knows. But you don't need to necessarily stand
It's
by.
not a couple though.
What?
Like, he's been with her, they've been together since their late teens.
Yeah.
So what you think the mask is like since then?
Who knows? Who knows?
But that's what I'm saying,
right?
not a couple of years then. It's like late
yes, I see what
teens
you
to
mean.
like...
Yeah, not a couple of years. I thought you were saying not couples and they're not a couple.
Oh, right, yeah.
But you don't need to kind of sit by and say, right, I'm going to help you work through this while it's affecting you, whilst it's kind of like impacting you.
Yeah.
Like your world has shaken up and you want to be there to support him whilst he's doing something to the foundations of your relationship.
I don't think support him though. I think it was more about if you wanted to stay in the marriage and support the marriage.
Yeah.
That's where I was coming from.
Yeah.
A place of... I feel like we're getting a bit defensive with each other.
No, I'm not at all.
Oh, I feel like...
I was seeing it. I understood everything you said.
Because I was wondering if that's what's going to happen between them.
Oh, no. I agreed with everything you said.
Oh, okay.
This was just like another add-on.
Another add-on, okay. Yeah, I think it was when you said, like, she doesn't have to see his side.
Oh, yeah, no. So, yeah, I would definitely second that. You know, a couples therapist would be really helpful to even just think, again, not to feel like you have to rush to a decision, but just for there to be space for the two of you to talk and to have that reflected back from a non-judgmental, objective person, because sometimes you can hear things and maybe you can hear things that your partner is saying that aren't actually there. Yeah, that's why it's really important to have like an objective person there who can really feed back or share back, relate back what each person is saying in a way that's really non-filtered. Because it can be hard, like when emotions are involved on either part. You know, maybe he's having emotions of exasperation, feeling trapped, like maybe he feels like he has this new lease of life and he doesn't want to be held back. And then you may be feeling like the sadness, like the anxiety, the fear of like life kind of turning upside down for you. It can be hard to really hear each other when you've got the lens of those intense emotions right in front of it. And
I was actually going to say that if you find yourself like week by week that you can't hear him, and even if this therapist is supporting you to hear each other and you're like, I can't hear this, I can't take it in, I wonder if that's showing you something about yourself, that you're not ready to hear it, like you're still in shock with it all, and maybe you need your own space with your own therapist to process what's happened without him there.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where you also start first. Like have some sessions on your own and then go and see somebody together. Whilst you were talking, it was also making me think that absolutely you should not be forced into making a decision or doing something that you're not wanting to do, you're not ready to do, you've not thought about doing. So I think while that is going on, you probably also need to think about, okay, well, you've opened the marriage already. Now I know, what are the boundaries right now whilst we figure this out? Does it remain open? Is he allowed to still continue, cheating or being with other people? Or is it going to be like, no, that needs to stop until we decide how we move forward? So I think on a practical level, that keeps you both emotionally safe.
Yeah.
You are going to need to have that conversation because otherwise I feel as though you're not going to be able to really think and process if that's still, like, unless you know what's clear at the moment.
Yeah, she's not going to have that security or that reassurance, actually.
Yeah.
And that would be quite unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess if his answer is, well, no, I'm not going to stop, then you kind of...
Then we need to have another discussion.
Yeah.
We need to have another discussion about your voice as a woman, your agency as a woman, your sense of self, identity, all the things, and whether that's a choice you want to make to continue being with someone who isn't able to honour your boundaries.
Yeah, because we can love people, right? We can love people and what they gave us and what I'm going to say it like this actually, what they gave us. But when they stop giving us the things that make us love them, that's when you need to actually start questioning, well, do I love him right now? With this behaviour that I'm not on board with, do I love him right now? Is this giving me satisfaction in a way that love does?
Yeah. Yeah. Or another way of looking at it, or is this harming me right now? Because love doesn't always need to be transactional in that way. And there are some people who ascribe to love being something that you give and not necessarily expect back. But is this harming you right now? Like, is staying right now harming you? Is it detrimental to your health, to your well-being?
Yeah.
A good one for a therapist, a couples therapist, to kind of work.
And actually, I think it's quite a common one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I've worked with a couple who have wanted to open up their marriage, or well, one of them has wanted to open up their marriage, but I have worked with couples who have had this experience, well, with one half of them, where there's a request for an open marriage.
Before it's happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if, let's say they came to you as a couple, how would you take it? How would you take them forward?
I'd take them forward by looking back. Like, I'd really want to get a good sense of, like, their relationship history, the dynamics of their relationship, the dynamics of their relationships with their caregivers, with the important people in their lives, their relationships with themselves individually and also with each other. And I'd be really curious as to why now? Like, why has this come about now? Why did the affair come about now? And why the request for the open marriage? What is it about this point in time that is signifying that this is needed to come about in this way? Yeah, because it is important to look at, what does this mean? Like, what does this represent? It's easy to think about, okay, the betrayal and the hurt and the pain and the audacity.
Yeah.
But also, what does this symbolize? What's the deeper meaning of this?
That's it. That's why I was saying, like, when cheating comes up, we always see it, don't we? It's like a symptom of something deeper that was going on.
Particularly if it's out of the blue.
Yeah.
Because there are some people who just, that is their character anyway.
Yeah.
Or that's a behaviour that they regularly engage
and she
in
hasn't
anyway.
She hasn't said that, has she? Unless it's been hidden.
And
Unless it's been hidden.
And why now? Why was she suspicious now as well?
Yeah. I'd also be quite intrigued to know, how did she find out? Like, was it suspicious behaviour? Was it like random? And she just randomly find out? Did she have an inkling?
Did she have to like go through his things?
Yeah. Like, was there already issues of trust?
Yeah. Yeah.
That led to this, you know, becoming prevalent?
Yeah.
Or did it just land on your lap? I think that would tell a lot.
So I don't think we can necessarily give you like a complete answer here and now about what you should do. I mean, we would never do that anyway.
No.
But hopefully we've given you some things to think about that you can think, gosh, I don't need to be pressured into making this decision. I may want to seek some professional support from myself individually, my partner, my husband, or the couple. And be in touch with yourself. Like, what are you feeling?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what's driving your desire to want to kind of keep things as they are? It's a really hard one to come back from as well, I think.
I mean, yeah, trust is going to be shattered.
Even if there wasn't an affair and this was just something that he brought to her attention, I think it can still be hard to go backwards when you think, oh, okay, this wasn't what I thought it was. I thought we were on the same page, but clearly
the compass
not.
has changed, hasn't
Yeah.
it? Like the direction. I think it's one of those things where you think your life is going in a certain direction and you're just like bobbing along with it. And then an event happens and you're like, I didn't even realise, that was in my perimeter. And now I'm having to go down this road. I didn't want to go down this road. Now I have to go down this road. But I think this is a chance for you to take it as an opportunity, in disguise in a way, to, if you were bobbing, stop.
Yeah.
Also look at you. What do you want? What do you want? Don't focus on familiarity and that safety that comes within that. What do you want right now? And that's what I was saying, is what he is doing, is it working for you?
Yeah.
And who you are?
Yeah.
And where you want your life to go?
Exactly. Like, don't surrender control of your life to someone else.
Yeah.
Like, take back control.
Take back control, yeah. You might not have wanted to, might have been happy, but you have to do it now.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that one.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a really, really tough one. I'm sorry that you're going through this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
See you in part 2.
Peace.